Okay, I'm going to walk you through this activity. So first, from your slideshow, you're going to click the link, which I just did. It opens up this website where you have a button for free download, and I'm going to download this paint sample picture. Then I will open the location. I'm using two-finger click and open with Adobe Photoshop. And otherwise, I could go from my main page here, I would click open right here on the left and then find it in my downloads. So our goal, hold on, got it, go away, okay. Our goal is to get familiar with a few different very basic Photoshop tools. So the first one I want you to do on your keyboard, if you have a Mac, you're gonna hit Command 0, and if you have a Windows, you're gonna hit Control 0. That maximizes your image to fit as big as it can in your screen with nothing lost. If you do Command minus, Control minus on Windows, Command minus, you'll see it zooms out. Command plus zooms in. Ooh, we can zoom in so much that we see the pixels. And then again, Command 0 resets it as big as we can. So if you want to pause, play with that for a moment. Now that you're back, we're going to use the Marquee selection tool. You can see it here on the left. It's usually the second tool in the toolbar. And I want you to click it, and I want you to, you're gonna notice which part of the layers panel you're in. So I'm in my background layer, it's highlighted. So I'm gonna click and drag to draw a box. And the first thing I'm gonna have you do is use a shortcut called Command J or Control J on Windows. So Command J, and if I see in my layers panel, what did it do? It copied just my selection into a new layer. So this is a nice shortcut instead of having to make my selection, do Command C, Command V, which you certainly can do. I can do Command C, which I just clicked. Oh, it's empty. You know why? I'm in layer 1. I need to go back to the background now. So if you see what the pop-up said, Command C, could not complete the copy command because the selected area is empty. Yeah, it is. I'm in the wrong layer. I'm in layer 1. So I click OK. I highlight my background layer. I do Command C. I do Command V. So I can do Command C, Command V, or again, select the box. Command J is the shortcut. Oh, it's empty again because I'm in the wrong layer again. Background, Command J. Background, select, Command J. Background, select, do some different shapes, Command J. So our goal is to have 5 or 6 of these new layers that are just chunks of the image. And then if you use the eyeball, right here in your layers panel to hide your background, you'll just have some like cool chunks of stuff. So make sure that you do that right now. Pause if you need to. And so I'm going to make my last one as a reminder. You go to your background with your rectangular marquee tool. You're going to do click and drag to select, then Command J. Now I have 6 layers, and if I hide the background, it looks kind of cool. Pause here to do that if you didn't already. Now that you're unpaused, we're going to get a different tool. We're going to get the Move tool. It's the top tool. The shortcut is the letter V as in Victor on your keyboard. And your Move tool will look like one of 2 ways. Mine is letting me move these pieces around, which is awesome. And when I click a chunk, I have these little like bounding box corners that you're familiar with that let me stretch it smaller or bigger. So I can stretch things smaller or bigger when I click them. I can move them around. I can rotate them by going towards the corner and hovering, and I get this little like corner arrow. If I know on my desktop computer, I don't get this automatic bounding box, and so the way to get that would be to hit Command T on a Mac, Control T on Windows, and it's for transform. And the non-shortcut version of Command T would be to go in your main menu at the top, would be to go to Edit, Transform, where is Transform? Edit, Transform, and then like Scale, Rotate, whatever. But I like to either use Command T or your computer might just be set to do this already. So we've moved some stuff, we've resized it, we've kind of messed around with it. I'm gonna go reveal my background again. And it's pretty funky. I didn't move this one at all, so it looks boring. All right. Oh, you know what I can do with this one? I'm going to teach you about using Command I and Command Shift I. So Command I, I've just selected this object. Its name is layer 1. I can tell that from the layers panel. So I'm going to hit Command I. By itself, it inverts the colors. So now if I get my background, ooh, cool. But I can also make a selection and then just invert the colors of that selection. So if I want to invert the colors of this box in my background layer and then hit Command I can invert that. Our next thing is you're going to press and hold the rectangular marquee to find the elliptical marquee tool. And you're going to make an elliptical marquee. And you can do your choice of things. You can copy paste, you can invert colors, you can make a selection and then apply like a adjustment layer if you want. But give yourself a second to also make a couple of elliptical selections and just do some fun stuff with those. So you can pause the video, make a few elliptical selections and do some stuff. Okay, now I'm going to show you a different type of inversion. We are going to make a selection, and instead of inverting the colors, we're going to invert the selection, as in like what do we actually have selected. I want to make this easy to see, so I'm going to hide my background. And we're going to be working in my layer 5, this diagonal piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my magic wand selection. It lives with object select and quick select. I'm going to grab the magic wand. I'm going to select the background. And so if you look, my marching ants are around the background. It's kind of hard to understand. If I fill my active selection, you'll understand it better. What is now black is what I had selected. I'm gonna undo that, Command Z. So I have the whole background selected. I can even hide the rest of these so it's easier for you to see. So I have the whole background selected. If I want to quickly switch and have just the bar selected, I can use Command Shift I to invert my selection. So Command Shift I, now my marching ants are only around this shape. If I try to paint bucket the background, it's like, no, you don't have the background selected, you can't do it. We're gonna use this in a couple minutes to work on an activity. So just want you to kind of remember that if I make a selection, and so let me go to my background, make it visible. If I select this circle and I do Command Shift I, now actually the whole, everything except the circle is what's selected. So if I did a mask, it would hide just the circle. It's always nice when you're doing a mask, if it's backwards, just click the mask here, like my layer 0. Boop, boop, boop. Click my mask, do Command I in the mask, and it will reverse the mask, it inverts the mask. The circle is hidden, the circle is the only thing visible. The circle is the only thing hidden, the circle is the only thing visible. I don't need that mask, so I'm gonna delete it. Delete. All right. Oh, there is one more thing that it will be good to practice. So I'm gonna go over to my layer 3, that's my kind of purpley layer, and I'm gonna zoom in. And we're gonna make sure that we practice selecting multiple sections at once. So I am going to select a rectangle, then let go of my mouse. Then I'm gonna press Shift, click and drag, let go of everything. Hold Shift, click and drag, let go of everything. Hold Shift, click and drag, let go of everything. Hold Shift, click and drag, let go of everything. This is allowing me to select all of these rectangles at once. You will need that for today's mini project. I'll apply a mask just so you can see what it does. Cool, I can move it over so it's like lined up better. Ooh, so funky. Okay, yep, make sure that you have been playing with this thing. Bye.